Hello and welcome. It is currently Thursday, July 24th, 2025 at 2:14 p.m. Recording in St. Louis, Missouri, I'm Aaron Wills. This is a random rambling video. Along with welcoming you to my channel, allow me to thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe before sharing this video and turning on the post notification bell. As I said, today is July 24th. We lost another legend. Two legends within 2 days. 2 days ago, on July 22nd, 2025, we lost the Prince of Darkness, as he was called, Ozzy Osbourne, a legend. And today, on July 24th, we lost the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan. Legendary wrestler Hulk Hogan died today of a apparent heart attack, cardiac arrest, in his home in Clearwater, Florida, apparently. Man, I forget how old he was. I think he said he was 71, which isn't real old to be in such shape your whole life. I don't know, he may have been on steroids his whole life too. I don't know. I'm not saying he was. I certainly can't claim he was because I have no clue if he was. But some people who get that ripped and get that big are on steroids, which isn't good for the heart. Now, beans are good for the heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. Steroids is not good for the heart. The more you take, the more you die early. And I have no proof that beans are good for the heart. Nor do I have proof that legumes are good for the heart. I don't know if the scientists have any proof, or the medical doctors have proof of that. I think more than anything, it is just a little rhyme. Makes a nice rhyme, so they say it's good for the heart because the more you eat, the more. Now, I don't know if it's been I don't even know if it's even been medically proven that beans make you fart. Perhaps they do. And Blazing Saddles, the beans they ate made them fart a lot. They were farting around a campfire. Luckily, they were not facing their asses toward the fire. They might have blown them up. So yes, in 2 days, two legends: the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, former frontman of Black Sabbath, and then today, the 24th day of July in 25, the Hulkster Hulk Hogan. What do we got here? Suspected spam. I can't be answering this. There we go. I hung up on them. I didn't hang up on them. I just swiped on them. Oh, there was some big drama last night in the LCU. The LCU is the Lol Cow universe. And perhaps you've heard me talk about that before. I've talked to people, if you've been watching my channel on any regular basis, you've definitely heard me talk about the LCU. The LCU, standing for Lol Cow Universe, is a universe created by Boogie2988 and Daniel Keem, better known as Keemstar, in which there are multiple shows. Not every show is made up. The original show, Live, Lol Cow Live, was made up of, besides Keem, Lol Cows, like Boogie2988 and Wings of Redemption. That was the original three on Lol Cow Live. Boogie, Wings, and Keemstar. Of course, Keemstar's not a Lol Cow. He's very much still in command of YouTube. A Lol Cow is kind of someone who's fucked up and washed up. Boogie's definitely fucked up, and he was washed up. Wings was fucked up and was washed up. He was pretty successful at one point in his career, as was Boogie 2988, especially back in his Francis days. He made a string of controversial statements that made him lose a fan base very quickly. And he spent millions. He was worth millions, or at least $1 million. And he admitted in a documentary that it all went toward hookers and poor investments. And so Boogie 2988, definitely a lolcow, was part of the creators of the lolcow University. But last night, as I started to say before I interrupted myself, there was one former host in the LCU whom they called Voltapork for quite a while. They called her Voltapork because her name was not to be mentioned, just like Voldemort in the Harry Potter series. So she was not supposed to be mentioned, and she was fat. Pretty fat and disgusting in my opinion. So instead of Voldemort, they called her Voltapork. They weren't allowed to call her. They were not allowed to call her by name. Well, she, Voldemort, also Voltapork, also her real name is Becky. She goes by Becky Boop. That might be her real full name, Becky Boop. But whatever the case, fuck me. Suspected spam again. All right, so this Becky Boop, who everybody hated in the universe, had quit and claimed she would never come back. She had quit, and everyone was like, "Good riddance, fat bitch." And then Keemstar introduced a kid behind a camera to the universe, and Keemstar and Michael Green, kid behind a camera, had access of several shows and his own circuit in the universe, and owned several shows and their Discord. And last night he revealed one of the shows he had, Lolcow Cafe, which he put up against Live. He chose the time slot that went up against Live, the Big Show. The Big Show, whom I think is still alive. I don't know. We'll check that out. Talking about dead wrestlers, I'll see if the Big Show is still alive. Hey, Google. Okay, Google. How old is the Big Show?
The Big Show, whose real name is Paul White, was born on February 8, 1972, making him 53 years old.
Wow. So the Big Show is still alive. Paul White is his name. So there's some wrestlers that I know that are still alive. I'm sure John Cena is. Diamond Dallas Page, I'm sure is. Is his real name Dallas Page? I don't know. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson used to be a professional wrestler, I believe. I know him, and I'm sure he's still alive. Right? I don't know. Hey, Google. Okay, Google. How old is The Rock?
The Rock, whose real name is Dwayne Johnson, was born on May 2nd, 1972, making him 53 years old.
Like the Big Show, The Rock is 53 as well. We also lost recently Jamal, what's his name? Malcolm Jamal Warner to a drowning accident in, was it Puerto Rico? I forget where he was. Hey Google, how did Malcolm Jamal Warner die?
Malcolm Jamal Warner died on July 20th, 2025, at age 54, from accidental asphyxia by submersion, drowning, after being caught in a strong ocean current near Couples Beach in Costa Rica.
Not Puerto Rico, it was not Puerto Rico, it was Costa Rica. He was caught by an undercurrent and he drowned. That's what Google just told me. I'm sure they wouldn't lie. Google wouldn't lie to me, would they? Would he? My Google's a he. So so within 4 days, we lost Malcolm Jamal Warner, known for his role as Theo Huxtable in the Cosby Show, and and Ozzy Osbourne, legendary musician known as the Prince of Darkness, and then, of course, the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan today, the 24th. So within 4 days, we lost 3 stars, 3 well-known people. Well, I mean, I think Malcolm Jamal Warner is a star. In its day, the Cosby Show was a huge thing, and it was a huge thing that the lady who played Lisa Bonet, the young lady who played Denise Huxtable, appeared in a spicy movie where I believe she showed a little bit of the old nudity. I don't know if she showed the hoods, the cookie, or the booty, but I think she showed nudity. Hey Google, did Lisa Bonet show nudity? Not Renee. It said Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet, often confused with Lisa Monet, a children's music artist, had a nude sex scene in her 1987 film Angel Heart and posed topless in Interview magazine.
Huh. So the answer is yes. Lisa Bonet, who played Denise Huxtable in the famous show, The Cosby Show, did some nudity in a movie called Angel Heart in 1987, and then posed topless in some magazine. I missed what magazine it was. You may have heard the phone when it originally read what magazine it was. I think it was Vogue. I think it said Vogue magazine. My side hurts, my knee hurts, my hip hurts, my pussy hurts. Everything hurts. So everybody's dying. All the famous people are dying. I hope some of the real famous people that are up there in age, like I worry about Al Pacino. He's 85 this year. And Dustin Hoffman, I think, is older or is as old. I worry about them dying. And then Robert De Niro, I think, is older than all of them. I worry about him dying. I worry about some of these legendary actors dying. Not legendary musicians. I don't worry about that. Legendary wrestlers don't really give a fuck about that. Didn't worry about it because I don't care. I do worry about the legendary actors dying because I know them so well. Al Pacino is my favorite American actor of all time. With Laurence Olivier being British is my favorite actor of all time. Al Pacino in his day was amazing. Laurence Olivier in his day and even later was amazing. I have a story about Laurence Olivier, but I've already been on this for almost 15 minutes. So, I won't start the story because the story's probably about a 20-minute story. And it'll be a long-ass video. No one will watch that far anyways. I don't think they would. Perhaps they would, but I don't know if they would. So I'm not going to start it now. In the next video, I'll explain to you why Laurence Olivier first became a good actor in my mind, and then why he became such a great actor and my favorite actor. I'll tell that story in the next video because we're talking about acting in this video. So I don't know, I'll just carry it on to the next video in case you all want to know. So anyways, I guess I'm going to hang it up now. I'm going to tell you 2 fingers A-Dub Club. See you when I see ya. Pizza rolls. See ya, see ya, see ya. Peace. See ya.